Welcome to Beyond Agile Writers WordPress. This week we're going to take a look at how to set up a WordPress site for authors and set it up and put up all your blogs and other information and create a website that will be great for your book and also for you as an author. So let's get right to it. So first, what is WordPress? We're going to talk about creating a login. We're going to set up your blog. We'll talk about themes for your blog and posts, what the difference is between posts and pages. We'll talk about the status bar and widgets. And we'll talk a little bit about categories and how to use categories to organize your blog posts. And we'll talk about customizing your theme. And finally, we'll talk about comments. And if there's time, we'll do a little bit of extra stuff at the end. So let's talk a little bit about what is WordPress. First off, WordPress is a content management system. And by content, we mean things like text. We mean things like words and images, pictures, and graphics. So these are the type of contents that you want to manage with your content management system. It's also a website building system. It's a way of putting together a website without knowing the code that goes behind the application. For example, if you were building a website from scratch, you'd have to know things like Java and JavaScript, HTML and CSS, and you'd have to be able to learn to edit these things and put them together for use. So one of the great advantages of WordPress is you don't have to know all these details. WordPress is a website that's created by you and for you, and it uses user interface elements that are much easier to use than, let's say, a text editor and HTML. Now, back in the day, when people first started using the internet, they would create what they called web logs, and these were like a diary of information of people's day-to-day activities as they went through life. And as time went on, these web logs, the name was shorted to blog. And so WordPress is considered a blogging system because it not only has static content that doesn't change from day to day, but it also has blogging content or dynamic content that changes on a regular basis. Now, the other thing that WordPress does that other blogging sites don't do is that it is a social media networking system. It is a way of getting your word out there and to follow other people who are talking about similar things. If you're familiar with Facebook, then you know how you can find your friends and family and other people on the Facebook and make a network of friends and family. WordPress does the same thing, and within the WordPress community, you can find other authors, publishers, editors, and you can follow them and follow their blog posts. Likewise, they can follow you. And so what you're hoping to do is to create this sort of a social network of people who are constantly looking at your content. And what you can do is kind of play up your novel as you're writing it, maybe even publish tidbits of it to get people interested in it, so that by the time your novel is ready to be published, you already have a bunch of followers who are interested in your work, and you have some buyers ready for your novel before you even get started. So this is a great way to advertise you as an author. You should have an author page on your WordPress site, and everybody who is an author should have their own website and with information about who they are and the type of writing they do. And when the book comes out, there should also be information about that book. So WordPress is great for this. One of the fantastic things about WordPress is that it's Googled, what's called with spidering. Google goes through and finds all the content on the internet and indexes it so that people can find your content when they use Google. So when your book comes out, if somebody's Googling, say, mysteries and you're a mystery writer, then your web page can come up and they might find out who you are. So these are the things that WordPress is good for. Every author should have a website, and WordPress is a free and easy way to create that website. So now let's take a look at the different elements of a WordPress site. What you're looking at here is a WordPress site that I built for my realheroes.net website, a website that I do movie reviews with Scott Allison. And right here you can see we have a title, which is the title of our website. And right below that is the tagline, which is Two Hero Experts Critique the Movies. At the top, you can see that we have a menu, And behind each one of these menu items is another page. So if we click on the About Us page, for example, it would go to the About Us menu item. It would go to the About Us page, where you can learn more about us as authors and what our goals are for this website. So as you can see now, the menu item About Us has been highlighted, and that lets us know that we're going to talk about the About Us page. Now here's our About Our Book page. As authors, we want to advertise the fact that we have a book. You can see it's an Amazon #1 bestseller. And we want people to come to our page. Now the great thing is that Google is also spidering this page and is indexing it. So as we try to sell our book, people are going to find it by this web page. Here's a page that talks about our mission for the website, what it is we're trying to do. We happen to organize this as a bunch of dialog boxes, and you can see we have some content with images. And finally, we have our rating system. This is how we design our scores so that people know what our meaning is behind each one of our different types of rating. So let's see, let's go back to the home page here. You can see here these are sub-menu items. These are also other pages that are children pages to the rating system site, and each of these is a static page with a list of categories, and each one being a category and with a list of movie reviews at that level. So here happens to be our 5 real movies, the movies that we thought were the best from 2013 and 2014. Finally, going back to the home page, what you can see here, this part in the middle is the blog. Every week we put up a new movie review, so this is the dynamic content. It shows up in the middle of the page. Over here on the left, we have what we call a widget bar or a sidebar menu, and within it there are a bunch of widgets. And widgets are little applications or apps that run in your sidebar. And as you can see, we've advertised our book here. If you click on this, it'll go directly to Amazon.com, where you can order our book. This is something we recommend all authors do, is very prominently display their book on their website. Down below, you can see we have some recent posts, posts that we've listed in the recent weeks, and below that are the different categories of blogs that we've posted, blogs that are in the category of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 reels. These are the way that we categorize our blog posts. So one of our categories is action. If you click on that, it will give you a listing of all of our action movies that we have seen in the last couple of years. Now you can see here these are comments that other people have made on our website. So the most recent comments are listed. There's some text call-outs to people who have supported us over the last year and a half. And here's a widget that shows other people who have liked us on Facebook and encourages you to like this page on Facebook. And finally, we have what's called a meta menu. This is a menu that allows you to get to register for the site, or if you're already a member of the site, to log in and get some RSS feeds, which are like miniature listings of our blog post, and also a listing of RSS feeds for comments, people's comments on our website, and of course you can go back to WordPress.com. So when you want to create your site, there are 2 actual places you can create a site. One is WordPress.com, which is the free site for networking, and there's also WordPress.org, which is a paid site with more features. We're going to use WordPress.com because it has all the features that we're going to need. So the first thing we're going to need to do is to choose a website name. We're going to choose Mint Reject. I actually went to a website that generates random words, and I picked 2 random words, and the first one was Mint, the next one was Reject. We're going to enter our email address and then a username that is unique, and again we'll use Mint Reject because I'm pretty sure that hasn't been picked. Then we'll enter a password. We'll click the Create Blog button, and we're not going to need any of their premium features. And then we have to go check our email to confirm that our email address to the WebLogic system, the WordPress system. So this is the point where you would enter your new website name. And we've picked Mint Reject, but that's just a random name. We really want you to pick a name like maybe your author name. One of our good friends at Agile Writers is DL Farrar, and she's just published her book. So she would use dlfarrar.wordpress.com because her author name is the thing that she wants people to find. But at our website, we're just going to use mintreject.wordpress.com. And we click on Create Website. Now we have to give WordPress a little bit of information about ourselves. We have to give our email address, which we're just going to use as mintreject@thinkable.us, and our username, which will also be mintreject, and then a password. We need to give it a good password. Now we can see here that mintreject is okay. We got a little green check mark, and our username is okay. It's also got a green check mark. And then down here we'll put in our password. Now what we could do is sign up for a domain name, which charges $18 a year. We don't need to get a domain name. The mintreject.wordpress.com is just fine. Now down below we can see some of the differences between paid accounts and free accounts. You can see here that the beginner account has no e-commerce capability, but it has free blogging, which we like. We also get 3 gigabytes of space, which is more than enough. Scott and I have been running our Real Heroes website for a year and a half, and we have not come close to using 3 gigabytes, even with all the posters of movies that we've put into our website. We don't have a need for that. Now you may notice that we have ads or no ads, and your web posts will have ads in them if you are not paying for premium account, and that's okay. The ads are really not very much of a bother to readers, and you'll find that you get along just fine with ads in your posts. But this is the way that WordPress pays for the free blogs, is by putting advertising in the blogs. So after we click on Create Blog, we're going to come to this page where we set up our blog. The first thing you're going to want to change is the blog title. As you can see here, it's put Mint Reject in the blog title. We're going to want to give it something that looks better. There you go, Mint Reject with capitals. And next is the tagline. Now it says it's optional, but I recommend this. This is a very quick description of what your blog site is all about. Since it's Mint Reject, I'm going to give it thoughts about the world of green things. And we'll use actually John Green as our example here, as if he were the author of this website. Now here you have a theme. You can choose the look and feel of your website. And for now we're just going to pick the default, which is 2013. Every year WordPress comes out with a different default font. This is the one they came out with last year. You can pay for you can pay for themes. I tend not to. I think most of the free themes are really very good. And you can see there are dozens here to choose from. But we're going to choose 2013. And that's what it looks like. You can customize it, but we're just going to move right on to the next step. We're going to skip this step entirely. We don't need to connect up with friends on Twitter and Facebook. So we'll just click Next Step. So now what we should do is we should go back and verify our email address. And if you look in our email, we received an email that says confirm your email address for Mint Reject. We click on that and it takes us back to our main page. So we're going to go back now and enter our first post. Yeah. So this is WordPress giving us an opportunity to give the first post of our website. It used to give a default post, but now they let you put in the very first one. And your post has two parts. It has a title and it has a body. And so first we're going to give it a title, and we're going to say what John Green said. This is going to be our first post. And I've got some text already prepared for this, so I'm going to copy that into the buffer and just paste it right here into the body of our post. And this is like, if you've ever edited in Microsoft Word or any other editor, this is exactly the same. You can highlight text, and here we're going to highlight John Green, and you can make it bold, and you can get some other text attributes you can deal by dropping down the little window. You can make it any color you want. We're going to make it orange, and that looks good. Now we can also highlight it and then click on the link button, and we can make a URL, and we're going to just go to John Green's website, johngreen.com. Good. So I like the look of that. So pretty much anything you can do with text editor or Microsoft Word editor, you can do here in your post. Now we can publish this, and once we publish this, it goes live and everybody in the world can see it. And once we published it, we can preview the post and take a look at how it looks. And there's our wonderful website, completely built out for us, all through the magic of WordPress. There's our title, Mint Reject. Here's our subtitle, Things About the World of Green Things. Here's our posting, what John Green said. Here's the body of our post. You can see here that it's uncategorized. We'll fix that later. The link that John Green, that we have for his website, we can click on that, and it'll take us over to his website. And down here, someone who's reading our post can actually leave a message. Here is our first page. We'll just click on the About button to see our first page. A page is different than a post. It says here, this is an example of a page. Unlike posts, which are displayed on your blog's front page in the order in which they're published, pages are better suited for more timeless content that you want to be easily accessible, like your about or contact information. Click the edit link to make changes to this page or add another page. And down here is the little edit link that only you can see while you're logged in. When your visitors come to this page, they won't see this edit button. Now let's go back to our post and click the edit button. We can go back and we can add some things to this. One thing you can change is the status. It can be published immediately. It can be draft, which means it's not available for public viewing. It could be pending review, which is a way of allowing another person who is an editor on your site review it before it goes live. You can even schedule your posting ahead of time, and you can set up, say, one a day for the next 30 days and put in a different posting for each one, give it a scheduled date and time, and it will automatically show up without you having to do any work. So you can get all of your postings done in one sitting if you want for the entire month. But we want it to publish immediately, so we'll keep it up to date. After you published it, you can then preview it by hitting the View Post button, and it will show you whatever it is that you created, and we'll go back and edit it now again. You can also set up tags and categories. Tags are one-word phrases that describe what this is all about, so you might put things like John Green in here. These are things that you want the story to be searchable by on the internet, and it's really good for what's called search engine optimization, or SEO. So here we put John Green and Bill Gates in there. Now there are categories, and categories are a way of organizing your posts so that you can get them into groups. And so we're going to have a category of John Green, and you can also set the location of where you were when this was written, and we'll put in here Richmond, Virginia, because that's where we are. You can also specify a featured image, and this exposes the media content portion of the content management of WordPress. So from here you can go to your media library. You can then upload an image into your library, and we're going to start with my Mint Reject graphics library that I've already set up. I've got a picture of John Green here, and there's his happy face, and we'll just click on that, and then we'll insert that image as the featured image. Now every post can have a single image associated with it that is called the featured image, and it shows up either to the left or above the posting. This is really handy for also creating nice thumbnails of the posts. You can also insert images directly into the posting. Excerpt, when the posts are listed on the page, they are not listed with their entire content. They're listed with, say, the first few lines. You can replace those first few lines with an excerpt, and this is us telling WordPress that we want the words "in a helicopter with Bill Gates" to show up instead of the short version of that story. Then there's some advanced settings. We won't really go into them here, but now we can click Update, and that will create a new version of the post, make it live so that everyone can see it, and then it's been updated. So now let's go view that post. There you go. So we added John Green's face, and you can see the category is now John Green, and that'll make more sense later when we go to create different categories and widgets. Down here, this is where the advertising would show up if we were an ordinary user not logged in, so they would see an ad here. So up here is your status bar. It's when you're logged in, you can see the different capabilities that you have from this point. Over at the right, you can see that it's got your username as Mint Reject. If you want to create a new post, you could just click right here on the New Post button. This is your details, things that you can do about your account, like your profile and getting help and signing out. Over here, this is the control menu for Mint Reject. You can create a new post or a new page, add new media, and add a link. And now from the Mint Reject menu, click on it and it will give us a new page. We're going to create our first page of information. And you notice that a page editor is very similar to the editor that we had for the posting. And this is going to be our first page, and we're going to call it Green Things. This is going to be a list of things that are green. And I've already set up the text for this. So I'm going to just copy that into the buffer, and then I'm going to paste it right into this window. There you go. There's a list of 26 things beginning with different letters, but all of them being green. Now we can save this as a draft and come back and edit it later. And once we've done that, we can also get a preview of it to see how it looks before we publish it. Because remember, once it's published, it's out in the open where everybody can see it. So first we'll want to do a little preview. And now we'll click on the preview button. And that's what our new page looks like. Now, unlike a posting, a page sticks around. It's going to be the same information day in and day out, whereas postings change from day to day as you add new posts. And so you can see here, it's got our little listing. And I see that it's got it numbered. I don't care for that, so I'm going to turn the numbering off. And let's take a look at it again. That's much better. We don't need those numbers. We can just have the letters. And that looks just fine. And now we're ready to publish. So we can click on the Publish button. This is our short link or a URL to this page, and it won't change. It'll always be this URL. So you can post this in Facebook, for example, and have people click on it and come and visit your page. So now let's take a look at what our page looks like. Well, here it is. It says green things, and it's got our list of green things here, which all looks good. And notice we now have a new menu item that says green things on it. For every page that you create, there will be a menu item on the menu bar about the topics that you've created in your pages. So this is all stuff that you get for free without having to write any code, which is very handy. We go to our About page and back to our Green Things page, and it looks lovely. Our website is looking very, very nice. It's really kind of starting to grow out a bit. Okay, so we're back in the dashboard. You get there by clicking on the Mint Reject button at the top. We're going to display all pages here. And at the top of the all pages, there's Add New. And what I want to show you is how to create a submenu or a secondary page. So we'll click on the Add New Pages button. And inside of Add New Pages, we're going to create the Alligator page. And for the body text, you know what? I don't have anything prepared. I'm going to run out to the wiki, and I'm going to get some text and some pictures about alligators. You want to be careful about what you steal from the internet and post. You don't want to make something look like it was your own words. But for our purposes, we're just going to grab some text here, and we're going to copy this into our web page. So we're going to copy this right into this page. There you go. It copied everything, even the highlighting and the italics and the links are all copied as well. We can preview this. It's a fine alligator page. There's the title. And now let's go back. And I think we need a picture. So I'm going to go and I'm going to steal a picture from this wiki page. So we'll click on the alligator picture. That's nice. Right click on that and save image to downloads. Good. And go back to our editor and click on the Add Media link. And we're going to upload this file. So we have to click on the Select Files button. I know I'm going through this fast, but you can play it back sometime. Click on the downloads. We'll search by date added, which should just add it to the top. There it is. That's in our downloads area. Choose that. Great, right next to our John Green picture. And then we'll insert this into our page. Great. I don't like where it sits there on the page, so I'm going to delete it. So I'll click on it here and try and drag it, but that doesn't work so well. We'll just delete it and then insert it again. There you go. Now I don't like the way this text is flowing around the image, so I'm going to hover over the image and a little pencil icon will show up, which means we can edit the image. So there's the pencil icon. I click on it, and now we can left align that image. We can change its size. We can give it a caption, but I think we're happy with the size. Could be a thumbnail, which is 150 by 112, or medium, which is 300 by 225, or large, or even full size, but I think that's too large for us. So we'll keep it at medium. I think I'm happy with that. Okay, so now we have this. Now we should probably take a look at it and see if we like how it looks. So this is all flowing nicely around the image. Hit the preview. Sometimes the preview uses the same tab, so you have to click on the tab. And there's our beautiful alligator picture and our alligator text. Okay, good. So the next step is to go ahead and publish this. And when you do, normally it's going to show up on the main menu bar. But what I want to show you here is if you go to all pages, you can see the Alligator is right there underneath the About page. Go to the Quick Edit, and you can see in the parent menu it says main page or no parent. That means it shows up on the same page as our main menu item. So I'm going to real quick go back to our main page, our mint-reject-wordpress.com, and you can see in the menu bar that Alligator is at the same level as About and Green Things. And we don't really want that. What we want is for it to show up underneath. So we click on the parent page and we select Green Things because an Alligator is a green thing and it falls underneath. There you go. Now right here it shows that it's underneath the About page. So what we're going to do is refresh this real quick because WordPress has a bug in it that it doesn't naturally put the indented item under where it belongs. So we refresh the page and you can see that Green Things is a menu item, and then as a sub menu item you see the dash in front. The Alligator is now the sub menu item, and we refresh our image. There's About and Green Things in the main menu, and then when we hover over Green Things it pulls down a sub menu for the Alligator. And that's a great way to hide information on your page and give you more pages and more menu items without cluttering the entire menu bar with every single page that you have. So it really kind of multiplies the number of pages you can have at one time. So that's a sub menu or sub page. So now I want to talk about widgets. And widgets are little applications that appear in the sidebar menu of your website. And there are a whole ton of widgets to choose from. And when you actually, if you get one of the premier websites, you can actually choose your some that have been built by others, and you can pay for them. There are a bunch that are available for free. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a text object, just an ordinary text object, and drop it in the main widget area. And this is going to be our About Us widget. And so it's we love green things, and join us in a quest for greeniness, and we'll save that. Now when we go back to the main page, we refresh, go to our main page, you see the About Us shows up in the bottom sub menu, and actually that's not where we want that. We want our About Us to show up in the secondary widget area, which is over by the on the left hand side. So that's something we're going to have to drag. We'll have to just drag it and drop it, and it'll just show up immediately. We refresh, and there you go. It's a sidebar. It says About Us, we love green things, join us in a quest for greeniness. And we can add as many of these things to the sidebar menu as we want. Now this is an HTML text, so if you know HTML you can do things like add HTML tags like B for bold, U for underline, I for italics. Okay, and we'll save that. We'll go back and take a look. And when we look, oh, that's not at all what I intended. That doesn't look good at all. Okay, so let's go back and fix up our HTML. I think I forgot some slashes and maybe a angle bracket. So yeah, there's a slash here and a slash here and some angle bracket slash I, and that looks much better. So let's click on that. There we go. Oh, refresh. And that's much better. We love green things. Join us in the quest for greeniness. So let's go back to our widget editor and let's get another widget. Let's see. Let's get recent posts. This is going to be a list of posts that we've created recently. So it'll list like the top 5 posts that we've added to our website, and this gives the user an opportunity to at a glance see what's been going on our site recently. Green posts. That looks good. We're going to leave it at 5. And yes, display the post date. Let's do that. Let's click on that to display the post date. And we'll save that. And then when we go back to the page, here's our About Us and our recent post widgets. When we refresh, there, green posts, what John said, and that's August 28th, 2014. So this is a list of 5 of the most recent posts, and every time we add a new post, it will automatically update this widget for us. Now, we didn't have to write any code. We don't have to know HTML or CSS or PHP or any of those alphabet soup things. This is all given to us free of charge by the magic of WordPress. Now, let's suppose that we want people to follow us, which is part of the social networking element of WordPress. So here's a follow button, and it will give people the ability to receive emails whenever we create a new post. And so we want to show the follower count and the blog name. And we'll save that. Go back to our main page, refresh, and there is our button. There's a WordPress button. So whoever clicks on this is going to be a follower of ours, and they will get notification whenever we create a posting. And that's a good thing, because we want people to keep track of what we're doing. And that little number to the right there is the number of people who are following us so far. Let's see. Another great thing to do is if you have a friend who is also a WordPress user and you want to share some of their stuff, you can display their WordPress posts. So we're going to say that we have friends at realheroes.net, and we want to show some of their posts. So we'll just type in the URL to realheroes.net, and because it's a WordPress site, it will automatically grab the last 5 of their posts and display them in our website. So this is a nice way to sort of have a what's called an affiliate, and with the affiliate, the other website is posting things, and you get the benefit of people seeing their links of people seeing those links on your website. And likewise, if they're good friends, they will also do the same for you and show your posts on their website, and you get this sort of cross posting capability. So we'll save that, close these down a bit, go back to our main page, do a refresh, and we'll refresh. And when we come down here, we can see our friends at realheroes.net, and we have 5 of the most recent movie reviews that we did at Real Heroes. Now, let's suppose that we have a book. We're authors, after all. We have a book that we want to share. My good friend D.L. Farrar, her book has a green cover. So let's go find her book, which is The Grief Masters, and see if we can get a link back to her book. So there's The Grief Masters at Amazon. Good. And we'll just copy this URL and go back to the editor. And over here in our About box, instead of About, we're going to say buy our book or something. There you go. Order our book. And we're just going to copy right in here. We're just going to make an HTML tag that says A, which is an anchor, href equals, and we'll copy that right in there. So the Grief Masters. And that's that. So you can save that, and when you go back to our page and you refresh it, it says order our book, and there's a link there to the Grief Masters. So that's instant advertising for your book. People can buy it and right off of Amazon.com. And that's a really important thing to do. You really do want to have a presence for your book on your website. I want to go back to the widgets page and show you one more widget called the Meta widget. This is Meta because it's a set of links that shows up on almost every WordPress site, and it's stuff that most users are going to want to find on your page. And we're going to call it the user menu. And in it you'll find things like how to get to the admin page and how to get logged in or logged out depending on what you're doing. We are back on our main page, and you can see at the bottom here the user menu shows up. You can click here to get to the site admin. If you're logged in, you can get logged out again. the RSS entries for your posts and RSS entries for your comments, and also a link to get back to WordPress.com. So these are all things that show up on almost every WordPress site, and you should have one on yours as well. So one of the things that we talked about was that you want to advertise your book, and you should have a page in your website that advertises your book. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the pages link, and we're going to create a new page for you for your book page. So there's pages, all pages, and then we're going to click on add new. And now here's our page editor, and we'll put in here my book. Now I've already got some text and an image for John Green's book, The Fault of Our Stars, and I'm just going to drop that right in here. There's our book, and we don't need this. We'll take that off, and we'll want to go get a quick preview of this to see how it looks so far. And the preview looks pretty good. So could use an image. So let's go back to the editing page and get an image to show. And we'll click on the add media button. None of these images look good, so we'll go upload one and go to the folder I've created with mint reject stuff in it, and there's fault.png, which is a picture of the book, and it's going to upload that, and then we insert it into the page, and we have the same problem here that we had with the Alligator text, where the text is showing up kind of not wrapping. So this time we're going to right justify the image. Let's put it on the right hand side, and that looks nice. Let's preview this. Click on the tab, and it comes up. Now that looks nice. That's a real quick blurb about the book, a picture of the book, and people who find this will be interested in buying it now. We go back to the editor, now publish it so that the world can see it. And let's take a look at our main page and see how it looks. And there's my book at the top in the menu, right after green things. And if we click on my book, there it is in all of its glory. So there you have it. So our site is really growing quite nicely here. We can search for things. There's a little search bar. We can look for stars and hit enter, and that page will come up, and you can click on the my book link and it'll go directly to that page. Here's a little blurb about the book right here. Okay, so back in the editor, let's create another post. Let's go over here to new post, and let's enter another topic that we would like to have people look about. How about a book signing? Yeah, we're going to go on the road, and we're going to get people to come read our book and get some autographed copies. Once again, I've stolen some text from John Green's website and just posted it or pasted it right in here. And so let's add some tags, some categories. It's John Green because it's all about John Green. Let's add a new category here. We'll add a category of movies, which this doesn't really talk about, so we're going to turn that one off. Book signings is another category. Turn that movies topic off. So we've got John Green, we've got book signings. Let's publish this, and go back to our site, hit refresh, go back to our main page by clicking on the title, and there's our book signing posting, and you can see here it's got two categories of book signings and John Green. If we scroll down, we see what John Green said, and again, these are the blurbs in the middle here. So this is a very quick and easy way to add new postings to your blog. There's our categories. right there. There's the ad. Good. It's looking good. Looking really good. So now let's go add a widget for the categories, because we have a couple categories now and they should show up. So let's go down here to categories. We'll drag this over and put it into our secondary widget area. Put it right under the order our book link. We'll call it topics. We don't like the word categories. We'll call it topics. And we want to show the number of post counts. So how many of posts of each category do we have? So let's refresh our screen. There are our topics right there. Book signings, one of them, and two postings on John Green. So this is very, very handy. Really nice way of breaking the site up into different topics that your readers might want to be interested in reading. And here's the book signings one, so it just shows the book signing. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. If we click on dashboard and we go back to the dashboard menu, I want to talk about this a little bit. There's this welcome to WordPress entry, and you aren't going to need this because you've had this video. But there are basically everything that you need to do with WordPress is on this dashboard. And over here there's the store, the posts, there's this welcome information again. We can just get rid of that. We'll click hide this screen. That way we don't have to look at it. You can see here there's a list of the number of posts that you have and the number of pages. Over here in Quick Draft you can quickly create a post. Just type in some blurbs here. This is a quick draft. And then just put the posting in there. This is an example of a quick post, and save draft. And now that has been put off into the posts area. You can also see the most recently published links and other things here that you've done. This is information about what's hot on WordPress news, which is all very nice. And then these are all the things that you can do with WordPress. Now at the beginning of this, you may have heard me say something to the effect that you can change your theme at any time. So let's choose Appearance, Themes, and go to the Themes page. And you can see our currently active theme of 2013. But there are all these other themes to choose from. And some of them you can pay for, and some of them are free. And to be honest, the free ones are really good. I mean, you really don't need to pay money for a decent theme. And there are literally thousands of themes to choose from. You can pick from as many different themes as you want. So we're going to choose the Adaption theme. And first we're going to get a preview of it. We're going to click on the preview button, and just to get a look at what our website would look like if we used Adaption. So it's thinking about it. It's rearranging everything. As you can see, our menus are still here. Our posting about the book signing is still here. Our John Green picture is still here. The sub menu that we had is still here. Here's our listing of green things. All of our content is still on this website. Here are our widgets that we had put in the sidebar. Those are still here. So everything that we did with our website, all the content that we created, is still being maintained by WordPress. And we can go over here and we can change some of the look and feel. Like we can change the colors. Our website's all about green things. So let's go get some green text or green borders. There we go. So now we have different shades of green showing up in our theme. We can put some images in the header. So let's go get an image. None of these look good. We go select a file. Let's get some mint, some pictures of mint, because we talked about our site being mint reject. So we'll get some mint, and it'll load that for us. And when we select and crop, we can select whatever bit of this we really want to have, and we'll just crop a bit of mint out of the middle of this image, and we'll use that. And I don't know if you can tell, but it shows up in the upper left-hand corner here, and that's the image that we selected. in our Mint Reject site. So we're still customizing here. We can you can see that some of the we can add a different images if we want to. We can hide the image if we don't want it. What we can do is we can get another swatch out of this this field of Mint here. So now if you look down below, we've got 2 copies of previously selected images. And if you want, you can randomize these uploaded headers so that every time somebody loads a page, they get a different one of these images, which is a very neat feature. We use that on Real Heroes. We're going to just cut out the eye, just the creepy eye of this this alligator, and make that one of the images that we can cycle through. So we'll crop that image, and there, that shows up there, and we'll randomize that. So every time this refreshes, we'll get one of those 3 images in our header. And now we can just activate it. Now we're going live with this look and feel, this theme, and it's going to refresh for us. It's thank you, and you don't need to thank us. We've already bought it. That's the way it looked before, and now this is how it looks now. So themes are wonderful, and you can choose any theme that you want. You can see that if we click on that little down arrow, our sub menu with the alligator is on it, so we can go back to that. It looks wonderful, just like it did before. So what I've done here is I've signed out, and I've come to our website as though we were an ordinary user. And when we click on one of these postings, down below it says leave a reply, and you can type in your comment about this. Great article, love the greenery, and leave your email address as if you were an ordinary visitor. So put in an email address, greg@thinkable.us. By the way, that's me. You can send me an email anytime you want. And then my website, which is, or my name, which is Greg Smith, and my website, which is greg-smith.com. And then you can post this comment. You can get some email follow-ups to anybody who comments on your comment. You can post this comment, and when you do, you'll see that it says your comment is awaiting moderation. In other words, it doesn't go out to the world right away. What happens is that you, as the owner of this blog, get to tell or get to check to see if you like the content that's been displayed. And you can approve it or not approve it. It's completely up to you. So we're going to log in as ourselves now. And let's see, our username was mintreject@thinkable.us. And the password was, what was it? I think it was mintreject or something like that. Nope, it wasn't that. Let's try again. I think this is it. There we go. Okay, so we're back. And if you look down here under activity or under comments, you can see that there's a little red 1 over here, and that lets you know that there's been a new comment added and that you need to check that comment out and either approve or disapprove it. And here it is. It says, great article, love the greenery. We can approve it, we can reply, we can do a quick edit, we can edit it completely, we can get the history on this, we can claim that it's spam so that we don't get more of them, and you will get some spam on your website. But all you have to do is click on it, and WordPress will recognize it again. Or you can trash it completely. So we're going to approve this. And once we do approve it, we go back to the website. We go back to the website as an ordinary user and not logged in. And you can see at the top there it says 1 comment. We click on book signing, and there's 1 thought on book signing. Great article, Love the Greenery by Greg Smith on August 29th. And so now, because we approved this story, it is now available for everyone to see. And you can click on that link and it goes back to the website. That's my website, greg-smith.com. So now I want to show you how to add, or what they call embed, a YouTube video. So let's go find a John Green YouTube video that we want on our website. So this one looks pretty good. It's got John Green and Nat Wolff talking about The Fault in Our Stars. And we're going to get a little advertising first. So we come down here to the share button, and we click on share, and then on embed. And there's a piece of HTML that we can embed in our website. And I'm going to change the size. I want it to be just 640 by 360. And we can copy this directly into our buffer, and then go back to our edit page and create a post. Let's tell you what, let's put it on a page. We'll add a new page with a John Green video. And normally what you do is you type in this visual area here, and whatever you type would show up. But we want something more. We want to actually embed HTML. So we have to come over to this link over here after we've typed in our John Green funny video text. It's going to make it bold and italic. Well, we come over here to this text button. We click on this. And what we get is HTML. You can see it up here. It's got EM for emphasis, strong for strong, then John Green funny videos, and then end strong and end EM, and a non-blanking space. So this is all HTML text. And you could edit the entire page if you know HTML in HTML. But what we want to do is just copy in our video. So I'm going to copy that embed text that we got from the videos page from YouTube. And we're going to go preview this. And there's John Green funny video, and right there in the middle of our page is a YouTube video that anybody could watch. It's that simple. So there you have it. That's our website. We've got a nice menu on the left and some widgets on the right, content in the middle. We've been able to create a page with videos. We created a book page, created an About Us page. We have a home page that has postings on it. This is everything you're going to need for an author website. And you should create one as soon as possible and start blogging and let people know that you're creating a new book that you want them to know about. So the last thing I want to do before we go is let you know that you can send me your comments and questions at greg@agilewriters.com, and I will get back to you. I'm available all the time, constantly working on new videos for you and constantly looking for ways to make writing your novels easier. Go to our website, agilewriters.com, to find more of these seminars. Also visit agilewriterpress.com, where we post the books that we've published. You can find my book, Agile Writer Method, on Amazon and Barnes & Noble websites. It's available both as a Kindle and as a print book. Thanks very much for your attention, and I'll see you at the next seminar.